No parking, dude. No.
Sometimes I want to fun.
Oh,
Hello. There needs to be a way for us to like record the backstage stuff.
Yes, for sure.
My dog barking, me yelling at him. Did you meet
I'm pretty sure that's going to be in the recording as well.
Yes.
Good morning, everybody.
This is going to stay forever.
Hello.
people on you?
Yeah,
He's rolling in.
they're rolling in. Hello.
Hello.
We got our YouTubers, our Facebookers, everybody's popping in. Hello. So excited.
Hello.
Wow, you guys, they were waiting. They were
waiting.
I know, that's awesome. Look at that.
I know.
Gracious.
That's the most exciting release of the year, right? Not the biggest one, but the most exciting one.
Although this one's pretty big, you guys.
This one's pretty big.
Yeah.
For like much bigger than our Christmas releases in the past.
Yeah.
Yeah. For a good reason, though.
Yes.
We couldn't leave anything out.
Couldn't leave anything out.
No. Couldn't leave anything.
Hello. I see a few retailers popping on.
Yeah.
Hello.
I'm going to, if you guys can do all the things and sprinkle us out all over the place. We don't want anybody to miss this.
Nope. But don't get yourselves banned from anywhere.
No, only where it's allowed, please. Only where it's allowed.
Yes. Hello. So everybody, they sent a memo, but apparently they didn't send it to me that we were doing Christmas gear.
Well, some of us had to go run and scrounge something up.
Yeah, Yvette started it.
I have a cozy sweater on, so
Yvette started it.
He's wearing a jumper.
Yeah.
You're waiting for Troy Torrey to walk in with red Rudolph nose. Oh, Mary Casey.
Hello, everybody.
Hello, you guys are so awesome.
Well, we've got some really fun stuff to show you guys. I'm super excited about this release.
Very excited.
I actually think this is my favorite release we've ever done. I know we always say that. But no, this one's my favorite.
We say that 4 times a year.
Yeah, we only say it just a couple times a year.
Yeah, it's hard because it's like, you always want the next one to be better than the last one, and it's hard to keep doing that, but somehow it happens. I don't know. So well, I'm sure we have some retailers standing by who will be happy to do that today.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So,
we're checking in our inventory now.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. So most of our retailers should have all of these in stock or very close to being in stock. They won't be live on the DQ page. We're going to give it a week or so until we put these on the DQ page. We always let our retailers have the first opportunity. Okay. Well, should we show some people some new stuff?
I think so.
Quite possibly.
I say yeah.
So.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's do it.
Are you ready?
I'm gonna get ready. Okay. I got a little preview on the side here. You're not supposed to see it. Okay. Let's see. Okay. All right. How's that view? Let's see. I think that looks pretty good, right?
I think we're looking good.
That's it.
Okay. So let me get a couple pieces of blank paper out here. We have some new rice papers to show you. And I think it's like 44. Do we have
That's quite a bit.
I think it's 44 new rice papers, you guys. 44 Christmas themed rice papers. That's a lot.
And that's not all.
That's not all. There's going to be some other stuff. Okay. So first up, let's talk about our good friend Yvette.
Hello.
No,
Yes, hi. Hello. So, if you remember my last year's release, there was some horses and like a reindeer thing on a carousel, and I thought that that wasn't enough, and we needed some friends. So here we have a horsey friend, in a slightly different setting, but you might recognize the little wreath, the round wreath from last year's release. So that's the exact same. So they're going to go together really well.
Mm-hmm.
That's
All right.
horsey.
I'm excited for more of this.
Me too.
Yeah.
This is Carousel 1.
I wasn't very creative with the names, I have to say. I only had it in me for the designs themselves, not for the names.
Yeah, the
I'm so
name. By the
sorry.
time we get to naming them, we're kind of out of creative energy.
Yeah, I'm too excited to use them now. So here we have Carousel 2, and so we have an extra friend for our Carousel crew, a little elephant, and I think they both look so good together.
He's
Yeah,
beautiful.
he's adorable.
Yeah. And the next one is a Jolly 4-pack. You might recognize the top two from last year, right? The top two were last year's Jolly rice paper, and then I think that they make a really great group of 4. I think, right?
I think so too.
Yeah.
They're absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah. Well, that's about it.
No, it's not.
That's about it on that.
All right. And next up.
Oh, so again, so this is a little ode to last year's Winter's Dream rice paper. If you remember, we had like flowy flowers, frosted flowers, and so this one is frosty flowers, but in a different direction. However, you could use it horizontally or vertically, and again, you can never have too many flowers.
Mhm.
And it goes really well together with Jolly 4-pack and with the carousel papers as well.
It's really a beautiful paper. And the one thing, that we always try to do is, because we know that you may have some papers from last year that you might not have used. And so we love to build on some of the, we always do fresh styles, but we love to build on things that we've done before too. To help give you some inspiration on.
Speaking for myself, I definitely have way more rice papers than I can use in one season. So it's always good to have some additions that work well together.
And you see something you might not have thought of before.
Exactly. So this one I cannot remember the name of.
Winter's Joy.
There we go. Because they're very joyful. Having a great time on the lake. So this one and the next few, again, a common theme, as you will notice. I'm a big fan of vintage postcards that with like nature scenes on them, and buildings and things like that. And so this year, again, expanding from last year. Winter scenes, but in a slightly bigger format. So last year we just had one paper with small designs on them, and then this year it's a full-size paper.
It's beautiful.
Thank you.
Very like Courier and I kind of vintage postcard.
So this one is again, this one is taken from a vintage postcard that had Central Park on it. So this is supposed to be Central Park. I don't know. I've never been. So please, somebody can we confirm?
I don't know if it looks like that anymore.
Probably not, but it's supposed to be.
Gorgeous.
Again, yeah,
My
so
favorite.
goes
love
really well with the previous paper and the ones that will follow as well.
Love, love, love that.
This one is, yeah, it's called Central Park.
Mhm.
And
Next, again, same kind of situation. You may notice that again, it's a very similar theme with like backgrounds are very similar. They have some script. They have like a little bit of floral. They're very vintagey, very distressed. And then each paper has a main central image that is also framed. So you could use just the image itself. And I specifically chose to use different shapes of images. So this one is square, the previous one was oval, right? And then we had a rectangle. I specifically chose to use different ones so that if you're working on a differently shaped object, you can pick one that fits best for it. So if you need a slightly smaller image, you can use that instead. And you can use the whole A4 sheet, or you can just use the actual like vintage image itself, if that makes sense.
yep.
This
Yes.
would be beautiful with like the church mold that we have.
Mhm.
And
Yes.
also even the window, you know, like,
Yep.
oh
Yeah.
my goodness, yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna need to see that, Terry. Thank you.
Okay, I can do that. Thank you.
That's your assignment, Terry.
Thank you.
Okay, so this one is the last one, and I think it's called The Long Road Home, something
Yep.
like that.
Mhm.
Right. And again, a very similar theme, a slightly smaller image. So again, you could use the full A4 sheet, or you can just use the element itself. And I kind of like how it's framed as if you're looking through the window and you see people taking a little break. I like to imagine that there's a story to this picture, right? That they're on their way home and they just need a little break.
It's really gorgeous. And I can't get over how beautiful the background is on this one.
Yeah.
too.
Oh, thank you.
I keep
Yeah.
looking at it and I go, okay, I'm thinking I might need this as a background paper next year.
Oh,
A little plug in there.
okay. Okay, I'll be taking note.
Ripped and the way it's faded. I love that.
Oh, it's just
Mhm.
gorgeous.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, so again, a 4-pack. So if you needed smaller versions of everything that you just saw, there you go.
Mhm.
You can have that. And again, they go up to A3 size as well, in which case you will have all 4 of them in A5 size. Right.
Yep.
So lots of options for all of your crafty projects. There you go.
There you go.
And this is my last design for this year's Christmas. This is actually a leftover from last year that never made the release. And I thought that, you know what? It's time. It's time.
It's
So
time.
this is Geometric Winter, I believe. Right. And this one was hand drawn. And it goes really well color-wise with festive stripes from last year, and also with all of the jolly paper and the jolly 4-pack as well, because again, same colors as you will see in the little round wreath, so they're going to echo each other, and yeah, can be
Very
used.
useful
Yeah, love that one.
colorways.
Thank you. Well, that's it for me for now.
Yay!
Okay. For now.
Excellent job,
Yeah,
Yvette.
for now.
We'll
For now.
revisit that in a little while.
Yeah.
Very, very lovely. Very nice job. And I'm always so proud to be able to include Yvette's designs.
Thank
You know, if you
It's a
guys
lot.
don't know, Yvette and I have very, very similar mindsets when it comes to designing. We like to do things. We're both a little bit old fashioned. We use a lot of vintage graphics, and you know, she has started doing her own hand-drawn designs. Now her hand-drawn designs are done on the computer or tablet. Mine are because she's got that skill level that I don't have, and vice versa. So we really complement each other very, very, very well.
I agree.
Yep. So, okay, you guys. So next up we have my collection. And first up, we have this beautiful little paper. I wanted to do kind of a sort of a nod to. It's kind of a nod to like a Nutcracker type fantasy. You'll see a little bit more of that without being overtly Nutcracker. So you see, it's almost like reminiscent of some of the dream sequences in the ballet, and that's what I drew my inspiration from for this next series. This one you may not be able to see the tones of that, but we've got this beautiful little white bird, and he or she is perched on a sign that says "Believe" with Christmas tree. So very beautiful, kind of, I love this color, this aqua, just gorgeous. So winter fantasy type of scene.
I can't get enough of all of these, especially this one.
Next, next up we have Majestic Winter. So we have this swan swan has a little crown. And just kind of a magical fantasy scene. Really, it sort of speaks for itself. So we've got some beautiful elements, and the color is pretty consistent here as well.
Stunning.
Next up, we have Snow Princess. So here's kind of where I was talking about the elements of the ballet. So you've got the winter princess who's just she's got to be pretty cold. Be pretty cold,
just a bit,
but she doesn't mind because she's dancing her heart out. And it's I can feel the iciness. Getting cold just looking at it. Next up, we have this one, which is one of my favorites from the collection. This one is called Fairy Tale Damask, and it wouldn't be a Decoupage Queen release unless there was one or two damask paper.
Or more.
Or 4 or 5.
I am so excited for this one. Oh my goodness.
But I'll just show you this next to these, how beautifully those are coordinating already with the ones that we've just shown.
So beautiful.
Yeah, it's just it just makes you feel. It kind of reminds me of like Frozen a little bit, from from the movie. All right, and then next up we have, this is called the Winter 4-pack.
Yay!
So all 4 of those. Continued. Okay. And then next up we have, I loved this. I really just love this aesthetic so much that I decided to keep going. I was like,
oh no, what a shame. Yes, give us more.
I loved it. I just loved it so much. So this is called the Winter Dance. And here in the next set, we introduce a few darker colors. So same kind of theme. You've got the ballerina and she's against her ice castle there. And then we have this one. This is called Winter Stag. So again, some of the darker elements in there. I mean, it still does go beautifully with our fairy tale damask paper, as you can see, but slightly different colorway. And then we have the Winter Unicorn. So we have never actually done a unicorn paper.
No.
Even though, so we had the storybook paper, which, that horse could have gone either way. It could have been a unicorn, but it wasn't. It was just a regular horse. So this is our very first unicorn paper. I don't know if it'll be our last or not, but I really wanted something whimsical for the, and this was definitely the right collection to include a unicorn in. And, my granddaughter is going to be super excited about this paper. And then we have this one. This is called Fairy Tale Stripes.
And it's gorgeous.
It's really completes the whole
Goes with all of them.
vibe. So that's our fairy tale collection. And then we have the 4-pack of all of those. And they're gorgeous. And then I did go ahead and give you guys here, I gave you guys a set of 9 minis on this one. So this is Winter Fantasy Tags. And we actually had Pam from Handcrafted Holiday Traditions. We had her create us a set of 9 MDF tags that they're the exact perfect size to fit these, you guys. So our retailers also have their tags, their 9-pack of mini tags in stock as well. So if you want to pick up your tags MDF, you can get those from your retailers as well. Okay. Next up,
you're gonna need those tags for Christmas.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, and one of my projects is actually the tags. So you'll be able to see what that looks like here pretty soon. All right, next up we have Frame Damask. So I don't know if you remember, it was a few years ago, we had the Winter Damask, which was a gray and white, and this is actually a cream and white, and it's just really, really beautiful. And it's almost, when I designed this, I was thinking like we could have used this like a long time ago.
Yes.
Why?
We need this desperately.
Why?
I would just like to point out everyone who was mad at Nancy and I when we did the retirement party because of all the backgrounds.
Yeah.
You're about to gain some new ones.
Yes, well, this is why, because it's always nice to have fresh backgrounds. And, quite frankly, some of the old backgrounds that we had were designed to go with other sets and designs that have now been retired. So it's time to, make some shifts. These will be around for a little while. This is cream.
In person, it's so pretty.
Yes.
It's really, really beautiful. It's just so lovely. And then we have, next up, Christmas.
And another one.
Gorgeous. Now, it's not the exact same, is it? It is not the exact same pattern. It's different. So this one is slightly different pattern, but it does work very beautifully for Christmas. And one of my samples, I've actually used this paper too, and it's really gorgeous. And just wait till you see what I have paired it with. Just really, really perfect in this collection. And then we couldn't do a red one without also doing a green one.
You need both, definitely.
I'm traditional, so I love these.
Yes.
Red and green.
Yes. Nancy was like, okay, well, we need more red and green. So, so you can thank Nancy for all the red and green that we have.
And all of the birds as well.
Always all of the birds. Always the birds.
And clouds.
We're always going to have some birds in our collection.
And I
Okay, so
them all.
next up we have Christmas Toile. So this is just really, I think this one's going to be a very useful kind of all-purpose, multi-purpose paper. We have, if you look closely, you can see we've got Santa in there. We have some horse-drawn carriage and some deer and just some frozen kind of scenes. So there's a lot going on in this paper, but it's just really, really pretty. A couple of people saying it's their favorite. So Christmas wall.
It's so unexpected, but it's so perfect.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why isn't there a Christmas toile?
Right. Right. Like, oh, I should have thought of that.
Of course.
Well, we thought of it. So all right. And then next up we have compliments of the season. So this is going to be a nice sort of just basic background paper. I've already seen a couple samples using this as a beautiful background paper. And it's just got some soft, Christmas greetings on there, and then a beautiful flower in the background. So just a nice, soft, all-purpose paper.
Love it. Yeah.
And then, you know, we had the Christmas toile. Now we have the evergreen toile, which I love equally as much.
Yeah.
So some beautiful trees and just really like very elegant, right? You guys know Decoupage Queen. We're definitely more on the kind of posh, elegant side, I would say, with our design. So this is sort of keeping in harmony with who we are as a brand. And I just love the simplicity really of this one. So there's some more red and green for Nancy.
Thank you.
Next up, you know, speaking of unexpected, so I had actually one retailer text me and just said, you know, say like this particular design was so just fresh and unexpected. And it's called Vintage Poinsettia. So it's just a beautiful, again, just a beautiful background paper to complement Christmas. And I think with Christmas creating, you need some things that are timeless, some things that are going to kind of stand throughout the years, and not be too trendy, right? But still very fresh and elegant. So Vintage Poinsettia. Okay. Next up, you know, again, kind of with more simplistic backgrounds, but also very purposeful and useful. This one is called Warm and Cozy Background. And so you've got, it kind of reminds me of Merry and Bright from a couple years ago. But it's got, you know, some stars, and then the text in there, it says peace on earth, and it's just repeating throughout the whole paper. And I actually use this as like, I did my all-time favorite project that I think I've ever done. And I use this paper as a background paper, and I can't wait to share that project with you guys, but
it's coming up soon.
It's coming up soon. But again, just a really nice addition.
I've used it already too. I love it.
Yeah, it's just it's just, you know, for mixed media work, right? Really beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay, so this one was by special request by our very own Nancy. It's like the Nancy show. Nancy.
I can't even tell you how much I love the idea of this paper. It's genius.
I love it so much too. And so basically what Nancy asked for, she envisioned a gingerbread style altered book. You know, the beautiful ones with the curled edges that are meant to be a decor piece and not an actual book. Tons of them out there. Shannon Stefanici has done many, many of these. But anyway, so we actually asked our retailers to submit actual recipes of some of their favorite Christmas cookies. And this is the one and only one that we actually did receive, but perfect. This was from Amanda Dorier from Simply Amazing. This is her family's Christmas gingerbread recipe. We're drawing straws on who in our team is actually going to make the recipe.
Me. Nancy.
I think it's going to have to be Nancy. So we'll let you know once we actually make the recipe.
Right. I already made the book, but I'll make the cookies and take the picture with the book and the cookies together.
Run the cookies together.
Yep. That's exactly what we need. We'll be waiting for that. And it also includes the icing recipe too for this. It's really just a sweet concept. And I love that we were able to include something that was important also to one of our retailers' kind of family traditions. So,
and you showed it to me and I was like, that's exactly what I was thinking of. Like you went in my head and that's what I pictured.
Yep. It's amazing. All right. So next up we have some more traditional kind of vintage style papers. This one is called A Merry Christmas to You. And the background is the same. here, so you can easily extend or use this in conjunction with these papers. But very traditional kind of Santa with the cherubs and a tree. So I love being able to include real vintage art in our collections. And so we gave you plenty of that here. We've got the holiday stroll. So you have the kids and this card. This is really an oldie but a goodie when it comes to Christmas vintage postcards, you guys. I'm sure you've seen this hundreds of times, but it's just really super cool, especially that we have, the collection kind of going with it. And then I did include like a little postmark here too. So some vintage. It's so cute. It's just really cute. Next up, we have Santa's list. So it's super, super cute as well. He's got all the names of the kids, his nice and naughty list. It doesn't say if this is the nice list or the naughty list, but I'm guessing it's the nice list. So, super cute, Santa's list. And then the next one up is this one. This one is called Sleddin'. So this is a composite of a couple different postcards mashed together. And some kids, kind of dashing through the snow here. So
it's very cute.
Yeah, it's all very cute.
Very
so
traditional. That's me. Love it.
Yeah, and then of course we included the 4-pack here.
Naturally.
Cool. There's your red and green. Lots of red and green. Next up, we have. This one cracks me up. This one is called Old School Santas.
Not as cute. Not as cute and adorable as the previous one.
They're not as adorable, but they're funny, right? Like they're sort of grumpy. And they're like mischievous, yet kind of grumpy, but I love it. I love their expressions. Yeah. And again, these are actual postcards that I collected, and I had found like 3 of them, and I'm like, I can't do just 3. So it took me a while to find the 4th one.
Yeah, these are the mall Santas,
Yeah, these are your mall Santas, right? Definitely the bad Santa, mall Santas. But they're funny and just a little cheeky. So
post shift.
Yes. Yeah. So super fun. All right. Okay. And then next up we do have some hand painted designs in here. These are some of my original artworks for you. So the first one that we have, this is the Santa portrait.
I love him so much.
He's amazing.
So this is based on an actual oil painting that I did. And a lot of you guys know that I took a class. So I took a portrait painting class with a pretty well-known artist. His name is Arthur Gain. And I studied under him for, I did his portrait class took about 6 weeks. And I've also been doing some private mentoring with him so that I can get my skills better and better and better. And so this is a result of sort of that, the love and the drive that I have for portraiture. And so this is one that I really wanted to do for a long time. So this is my oil painting Santa portrait, and just super proud to be able to offer him and to share him with you guys.
Amazing.
Everybody loves him. They say he has such a kind face. It's the thing, he just looks like, that's what Santa should look like.
Yeah. He's just he's happy, just a happy, jovial guy. Mm-hmm. And then the next one that I have, this one is one that's important to me personally. This one is called The Gift. And I think it sort of goes without saying what's happening here. But I just wanted something very sweet, and I wanted to really, for me personally, capture something that spells out what Christmas really is for me personally. And so I'm happy to be able to share this with you guys as well. This is probably one of my favorite paintings that I've ever done. This is called The Gift. So, yeah. So again, you know, part of the reasons why I wanted to develop my skills is to be able to do some more things like this that are unique and different and original, right? So,
So beautiful.
yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Next up, we have the Winter Swan. So I wanted to paint this swan, and I sort of thought he went very nicely, he or she, I guess maybe a she with pink bow, I don't know. I thought she went very nicely with the first part of the collection that I showed you. But again, this is an oil painting that I did, you know, and it's something different, right? So a beautiful little swan swimming with a little pink bow. So kind of peaceful and elegant.
Gorgeous.
And beautiful for spring too.
Yeah. Yeah. So that one could definitely cross over into spring as well. And then this was the last one that I painted this year for Christmas. And again, these are oil paintings. And so this one is called Snowy Elk. And so I wanted something very festive, right? But also, you know, a little different from some of the reindeer that are out there. So Snowy Elk. He was hard. And then you have the Teresa Renee Art 4-pack. So you get all 4 of my original pieces on a 4-pack. Thank you guys. And then back to, we've got a set of 9, so more traditional for another set of 9 with the mini tags. This is a set of 9, the Christmas 9-pack. And then I don't know if you guys remember in the fall, we had a sheet of tag papers that said to and from. And they were more kind of like generic designs in there, but these are actual Christmas, you know, they're Christmas vintage designs in there. So another similar sheet that says to and from. So you can do the front of the tags with this side and then the backs of the tags with this side. And then we also have, if you get these on A3 size, they're larger, and we have a set of tags that are larger as well that these are designed to work with. So there's our tags. And then last but not least, we have a full set of winter minis. So it's most of the 4-packs that we had, with the exception of Avedas and the Grumpy Santas.
Not making.
Put them on a sheet of minis. So yes, these are by special request from Mara for jewelry. Okay, so that completes the
Fantastic.
Woo!
right
Yay!
It.
collection.
Not all of it yet. Not all.
Yeah.
No,
Anyway.
we're not done.
Few more
You
things.
all,
Yeah.
y'all should know by now that
Yeah.
this is just the beginning.
This is the warm up.
This is the warm up.
Yep. Okay, so there's our rice paper design. Next up we have where did I put them? Oh, where did I put them? Oh, there they are. Okay, so next up we have 3 new stencils for you. The first one we have is this one here. This is called something ornaments. I'm not sure exactly what it's called actually.
Christmas ornaments, probably.
Christmas ornaments, probably. So it is. You know, it's I think this one's going to be pretty useful, kind of all around, just for adding some little elements and stuff like that.
Definitely.
Christmas ornaments here, and then next up we have the North Pole Express. So I just love this one. And I want to point out something here because I've already had a couple of questions from retailers. I am going to point this out. So the B and the D are more like block letters. And that is intentional. It is not a defect. It's just to give it a little bit more of a blocky sort of retro look. So just FYI, there's nothing wrong with your stencil. It is by design that it's done like that. But I just think it's super cute with the reindeer and then the trees. You can use these pieces individually or together. Yeah. And I love that about our stencils is that they're always so thoughtful that you can use the pieces sort of individually, or you can use the whole thing as designed. So this is North Pole Express. And then we have one from our good friend Yvette. So
hello. Yes. So this one is purely for selfish reasons. So you're welcome if you want to use it. But I made this for me because I need a new set of tins in the kitchen for my coffee and tea and sugar and biscuits and all of that good stuff. And then I added recipe book in there at the bottom as well because, well, maybe you'll want to make a recipe book.
Yep.
There we go. Selfish reasons only.
Including the word cookies here and not just leaving it as
yeah. I did think about that because, well, this way is versatile for both for UK and for US.
That's awesome. Thank you. So those are our stencils, you guys. Last but not least, we have a brand new set of Decoupage Queen mold.
Drum roll. Oh my God.
Okay, so first up we have, I don't know which one I should do first. I guess I'll do this one first. So this is the Holy Family. So we have Mary, Joseph, and baby, and we have a star here. And I'll pull this out so you can see the detail here. So I'm really super excited. Again, you know, just like kind of what Yvette said about her stencil, this one is for me, and I'm happy if you guys want to use it. But I did create these for myself, and so I've gotten really positive feedback so far. So I'm just very grateful for that. So this is the Holy Family, and then these are my castings of the Holy Family as well. So I'm very excited to be able to have this. Pam from Handcrafted Holiday Traditions has also designed us a nativity box, a nativity shadow box that really works very beautifully with this set. So I'm sure she'll be sharing some of those pictures here pretty soon of that box. And our retailers already have those in stock as well. So this is the Holy Family and the star. Oh, I didn't bring the star out, but there's a star. So there is a star that goes along with it. I knew I forgot something. All right, and then next up, you cannot have a nativity set without also having some nativity animals to complete the set. So we have an ox, we have 2 lambs, and we have a donkey here. So I will show you these guys. So we have these guys here as well. And these just really go so nicely with the set.
They do.
They're just beautiful. So I'll kind of show you guys all of it together here. If you couldn't tell, I'm working on a project at the moment, so that's why they're already sort of painted and ready to go. So here's our, you know, you can sort of lay this out how you wanted, but they do just work. They all just work so well together. So, yep. And that's why I was thinking too, Catherine, the lambs would be super awesome for Easter.
Yeah, they're so neat.
Yep. That's why I gave you two little lambs here. All right, so there's our Holy Family and our nativity animals. And next up we have, last but not least, we have our winter trees. So we have a beautiful set of 5 here, winter trees. And let me show you these casted. So there's 2 big ones, 2 medium ones, and then 1 little small one. So these are super, 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 super useful. Zeta, I know that Galleria MK in Poland will have these. In fact, she's supposed to get them today. Right now, that is the only retailer in Europe who will have this particular collection. So it's Galleria MK. So this is winter trees, you guys. So that's our molds for 2024.
Yay!
We now have, I guess, eight molds total. You guys, we're like coming up in the world. All right. So, any favorites? What are you guys' favorites in the whole series? I'm curious. I'm always curious to know.
All of the damasks for me personally.
Yeah.
And your frosty papers. All of them.
Yeah.
So I just love the colorway. So that blue color, so all of those papers, I'm so excited about.
You guys can come back on screen.
Oh no.
And you know me, I'm the traditional one.
Yes.
I love all the traditional.
Yes.
So we have Robin says the nativity mold is her favorite.
Awesome.
And that is the nativity set.
Mm-hmm.
Are the molds for everyone or just retailers?
They're for everybody. But it's just our retailers who have them right now to sell to you.
It'll be a little while before they're available.
There's nothing like that out there.
Yeah.
Nobody has that.
Yeah.
Nativity.
Nope.
So, and then we have Everything is Beautiful, and then Tammy loves the tree molds. So looks like the molds, everybody loves the molds. Everything is so beautiful. So yes.
Yep. It's really cool to be able to do it. And like I said, I was telling the girls, like, we're intentional about what we do. And this collection speaks to me personally. I know it's not going to speak to everybody, but it speaks to me personally. And it's not going to be every single time that we do, kind of do the religious side of it. But for me personally, it was important. And so here you go. I'm willing to share it. How about that? And so.
Canadian retailers we have.
Yes, we do have Canadian retailers. I know that Colleen is here for sure. I've seen her put her links in.
Yep. So all of our retailers who are on, if you haven't already, feel free to share your links. Zeta LeBlanche will not have them, but Galleria MK in Poland, Monica will have them. So.
And they are limited edition?
Always, yes. The molds will always be limited edition. We have a minimum quantity that we have to purchase, and then once we sell through that, we won't be able to get them again. So they will always be limited edition. Okay. All right, you guys. Happy release day.
Happy release day. Yeah, as always, please make sure to share your projects with us in the Decoupage Queens and Kings. Please, we love seeing what you guys are doing. So yes, Diane, you can go order now. Find your favorite retailer They're in the comments all over the place. Go get your fun stuff now.
Yeah, I'm sure if you're subscribed to any of their newsletters, they'll be sending out their newsletters. You won't be able to buy these on Decoupage Queen site this week. So we reserve that first week for our retailers. So you'll be able to get them soon on our site. But for now, only with our retailers. So please support our
Please
lovely
support
people.
them, yes.
Yeah, please.
We wouldn't be here without them, so.
We would not. No, we wouldn't. So, okay.
Happy release day and happy crafting.
Yay! Can't wait to see what you guys make. Make sure to tag us and share in the group when you make projects with these. We love seeing your projects, so please share them with us.
We really, really do.
Okay.
Well, thank you, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.